here with Sarah Hildebrandt at Training Center in Colorado Springs. You guys got a camp coming up in Pennsylvania.
Ooh, camp.
I mean, we're less than a month away from Worlds, right? I mean, how are things going for you and the team as far as training?
Really well. I'm excited. Last camp, stateside before we leave for acclimation camp for World Championships. So training's going well. I'm just, balancing that game of training really hard and recovering intelligently. And it's a difficult thing for me. I'm a type of athlete who just likes to train. And realistically speaking, that's not the most smart thing to do. So balancing that game right now, making sure I'm feeling my best physically, mentally when I step on the mat in September. So it's going well.
Well, and you've been through the routine a lot. I mean, you've been to Worlds, medaled, you've been to Olympics, medaled. I mean, does it change, or is it pretty much where you figured out every year you're going to have a certain path to getting ready?
Definitely. That's a fun part about experience. That's a fun part about being, an older athlete in the sport is, I do generally know, there's nothing that's going to really surprise me, especially after, a COVID Olympics, I'm not going to be too thrown off by stuff. So that's really nice having that experience. But also, I want to be open enough to accept changes being different. This World Championship prep won't look like the last one, and that won't look like the Olympics. Not being so tied down to that rigidity and routine, and being open to whatever the changes are, whatever the day's presenting, and stepping into that day and making it the best as I can.
Right, and I mean, in wrestling, it used to be you had to be on one day. Now it's two, right? Yeah, well, it matters in your preparation, clearly, right? And
Definitely.
I know Coach Steiner is going to have a simulation at the end of the camp in Pennsylvania. Do you enjoy that process? I know you guys go through it quite often when you get ready for a World or Olympic team.
Yeah, those simulations they're really, really fun. I mean, it's nice just to get that feel in and, pull your singlet straps up, have that feeling of everyone's watching your match. We go live at practice daily, but everybody's wrestling live and it has a different feel. So to simulate that tournament feel and just even walking out to the mat, having your headphones on, the music you'll listen to beforehand, weighing in, all of those things, it's super beneficial. So I'm excited.
Now, you said an older athlete. How old are you this morning?
Oh gosh, 28. I'll be 29 in a month.
A lot of people would say you're in your prime, right?
Oh, I feel it. No, it's cool. It's actually crazy. If you look at our Olympic team last year, I was the second youngest on the team. Mm-hmm. So you're seeing a lot of longevity, I think, from wrestlers lately. And also the team we've had for a while, we're an older team. We've been together for a lot of world championships now. And that's so cool and special. The bond I feel with these athletes, not just the women's team, but our men's teams as well, because I think they're similar. It's been a very similar team for a lot of years now. It's really cool. It's just a really special thing that I feel like it feels like Team USA.
Well, and Team USA, obviously, we want to win the Worlds against Japan and the rest.
Yes.
This year, yes?
This year.
And talk about the group. I mean, there's one team member not yet determined. You'll know that on Saturday. But, I mean, you know these athletes. They've been your teammates and friends and people in some cases that used to wrestle against you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but, I mean, how's the group doing? What's the approach and attitude of Team USA heading into the Worlds this year, a month prior to wrestling?
Yeah, again, I feel like that experience, because this is nobody's first rodeo. I mean, there's a few. There's definitely, you start seeing the youngins who are making their way to these senior teams. But for the most part, it's people who have been on multiple world teams. And that's huge. That experience is huge, We've all wrestled Japan. We've all wrestled Japan on a very important stage, or whoever the person standing in front of us is. And so having that experience, it creates a lot of composure, confidence, and it just to have that to step into World Championships is so advantageous. And you only get that through time. You know what I mean? It's not something you get to practice. It's not something that you're born with. You only get experience by experiencing it. So that's a super big and important thing, I think, in our team, and a reason why I believe we'll be successful at Worlds. But no, I think everybody's really feeling good. It's been nice. We've had mini camps here and there, so we've been together. We've been, just been able to be with the team, and then now going out to Pennsylvania and kind of have this last stateside camp. it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun training with these women.
Now, one of the not only higher point scorers for the team, but also clearly a leader based upon her past, Adeline Gray, is not wrestling this year.
Yeah.
She brought some new life into the world, right?
Yes.
But, I mean, does that put a spot for the more veteran athletes to step up a little bit on the leadership side? A person like you who've been there and done that. I mean, do you feel like a little bit like you might want to do a little bit more as far as being a leader with her not part of the team?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, you know, with Adeline not around, there's, you know, she's such a huge leader, like, role, personality that she serves for our team. I don't expect to be like Adeline, but I do expect to, in my own way, be a leader. And I think everybody kind of feels that way. I think people know that they can support everybody else on the team in a certain way, in their way, you know what I mean? And so I definitely want to step up, be a leader, be there for my teammates, whoever, as they need, and hopefully I can do that in my own way. And yeah, I think just having been, again, going back to that, just being an older athlete, like having that experience will help me in that role, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, you guys also probably, since you know each other and have gone through so much together, hold each other accountable, right?
Oh, definitely, yeah. We hold each other accountable just in different ways. I think holding each other accountable by pushing each other through practice, but holding each other accountable also in giving ourselves grace and being kind to each other, or ourselves, really. You know what I mean? Like, I think wrestling, it's so easy. For wrestlers, it's so easy to get that grindy part down. Like, we love to work hard and this and that, but we also need to hold each other accountable, and, you know, just like mental health and things like that. And that's something that's so important that I think we do a really good job of holding that each other to those standards of taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, so we got a new coach in the room, Katie Carabel, right?
Yeah.
Now, she's from some state you know a little bit about.
Oh, shoot. Hoosiers.
We got another Indiana person around.
Yes.
So, I mean, looking forward to getting to work with her a little bit more now that she's been able to come out and be part.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic that, you know, Katie's got this position. And obviously she's from Indiana. I worked with her a little, like, back in my Fargo days. And she's just an amazing personality. I'm so excited. I feel like I know a little bit about just, you know, the vibe she brings to the room, and she's just so kind, and she's hilarious, and I feel like that really gels with my style of training, just that kind of personality. But I'm really excited to get to, you know, pick her brain on the wrestling end as well. I haven't gotten really to do that on the technique side, you know, so I'm excited for that portion of it as well. You know, anytime there's a new brain in the room, it's so exciting to see what their style of wrestling is, and kind of what they have, their little tips and tricks. So
Now, let's say you were done wrestling tomorrow. I know that you want that gold medal. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
heck yeah. Who wouldn't?
No. But I'm sitting. You're right there and have an opportunity to go get it again. What in your mind do you think might be the difference between this and other years where you got on the podium but didn't get the gold?
I feel like in the past I was wrestling because I wanted a gold medal, and I was wrestling, just wrestling. Like, it was everything. Like, that gold medal and that pursuit for that gold medal was the entirety of who Sarah was, and that's just not a realistic way for me to train. It's not a realistic way for me to live, and I feel like I've separated myself from that. Like, if I stepped away tomorrow, or if at the end of my career, I made peace with the fact that not having that gold medal is not going to, you know, it doesn't make me, it is not the entirety of me. This pursuit is not about a gold medal. This pursuit, you know, wrestling is an addition to Sarah Hildebrandt. It's not the other way around. And that's freeing in a sense that it's allowed me to grow within wrestling in ways that I was stunted in before, when I was just pursuing results, you know? And I think I've always kind of treaded along that line and kind of learning it, but you know, it's the beautiful thing about wrestling. It just keeps on teaching you things. And so I really feel a huge personal growth in that aspect, that it's like, yeah, of course I want that gold medal, and I'm working for that gold medal, but It's not like this. It's not like a bar of soap where I'm squeezing so tight it's just gonna slip out of my hands like it feels like it has in the past. I'm striving to become a better human within wrestling, and the results are going to take care of themselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's scary to think that we're less than 2 years from the next Olympic.
Oh my gosh, you're right. It's so scary.
But really, I mean, it is part of your vision, Paris.
Definitely. I'm planning, everything I'm doing is planning with Paris in mind. With that said, again, I don't want to be so rigid and strict and put like those restrictions on me. If it's a day-by-day process, it's a day-by-day process, and I prefer to have that presence. But, the Olympics isn't something that you're just like, well, I guess I'll go to the Olympics now, so there has to be some preparations in that. So I am planning with Paris 2024 in mind, but let the days be as they are.
Well, hey, we look forward to seeing you this year over in Serbia and, continue to have great training. We've got a very exciting team, talented team, and a lot of personalities on your team.
Oh my
too,
gosh,
right?
all the personalities.
So the United States fans better watch out, right?
Exactly.
Get to know these women.
Get to know us, go on.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Sarah.
Thank you.